You know that feeling, right? You're at a party, maybe a work event, just trying to get a coffee, and you feel that little knot of dread in your stomach. You know what's coming. Well, today we're going to get into the real psychology behind why so many of us just absolutely cringe at the idea of small talk. And there it is, that question. Suddenly you're cornered. You've got a drink in your hand, and someone you just met 5 seconds ago leans in and drops the 5 most loaded words in the English language. You can almost feel the air suck out of the room, can't you? It's like this universal signal that the small talk ritual has officially begun. And for so many of us, it doesn't feel like a chat. It feels like a pop quiz we didn't study for. So here's what we're really going to dig into. Is this just about being a little shy? Or is that gut reaction to, how about this weather, actually pointing to something way more profound about how our brains work and what we're really looking for from other people? Let's find out. So first up is an idea that might actually surprise you. What if I told you that small talk isn't just kind of boring, it's actually hard work for your brain? There's a real cognitive cost to it. Yeah, seriously. That feeling of being totally wiped out after a party, it's not just from standing around. It's because that seemingly easy conversation was draining your mental battery in a big way. Think of it like running a dozen apps in the background on your phone. Even if you're not doing anything important, it's still killing your battery. And here's all that background work your brain is doing. You're not just talking about the weather. You're constantly scanning their face for social cues. You're desperately searching for safe topics. You're biting your tongue on what you really think. You're basically performing interest and managing the back and forth, all while trying to look chill. I mean, no wonder it's exhausting. Okay, so the next piece of this puzzle is less about mental energy and more about, our sense of self. It's something we can call the authenticity gap. This right here, this is where that real discomfort kicks in. The authenticity gap is that weird, uncomfortable space between your actual personality, your passions, your anxieties, your weird sense of humor, and the polite, generic version of you that small talk demands. It feels fake because, well, it kind of is, and our brains do not like that feeling. And this breaks it down perfectly. I mean, look at the difference. The whole goal of small talk is just to be a social lubricant to avoid awkward silence. But deep talk, that's about genuine connection. So the reward for small talk is, you didn't have a silent moment, whoopee! The reward for deep talk is an actual human bond. So when you're craving one, but you're stuck in the other, it's just so unsatisfying. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. We don't just talk to make noise, we talk to be understood and to understand other people. Small talk is all expression, right? Just exchanging pleasantries. But there's very little real understanding going on. It totally skips the entire reason communication feels so good in the first place. So when you put all of this together, you can start to see this whole thing in a new light. Hating small talk? Maybe it's not a character flaw at all. Maybe it's something else entirely. Let's just get this straight. This isn't about being antisocial or rude. It's not a flaw. It's simply a preference for something with a bit more substance. It's a sign that you value quality over quantity when it comes to your conversations and your connections. And this is probably the most important thing to remember. People who hate small talk don't hate people. In fact, it's usually the opposite. They care so much about connecting, for real, that the shallow version of it just feels, well, pointless. The frustration isn't with the person you're talking to. It's with being handed these flimsy tools to try and build a real bridge to them. So really, it's a pretty healthy process when you think about it. First, you feel drained by all the superficial chatter. That makes you realize, hey, I need something more than this. And that need is what drives you to look for real, authentic connections. See? It's not a flaw. It's actually a sign that you're emotionally tuned in. So I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. We're always told that small talk is the bridge to deeper conversation. But if it drains our energy and makes us feel fake, is it really a bridge or is it more of a barrier? Kind of like a toll booth that charges so much of our social energy that by the time we get through it, we're too tired to actually finish the journey. Something to think about the next time someone asks you, so, what do you do?